Yo, listen. If nobody gonna say it, I will. Black people need to stop celebrating July 4th. What's good, YouTube? My name is J.A. Floyd, and welcome back to my channel where I speak knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to the young black youth. And if you feel offended by my words, I don't really care because I speak nothing but the truth. And as you can see by the title of the video, we're going to be breaking down and discussing why black people should not be celebrating July 4th. Now, I know what you're thinking. J.A., I've been celebrating July 4th my whole life. It's a family tradition. Now, I understand where you're coming from, but just because something is normalized within your life and you are told to do something doesn't make it right. Like it's slavery. Now, but for real, I understand where people are coming from. I've been celebrating July 4th my whole life. But as I get older, I have to ask myself a question. As a black man living in America, what am I really celebrating? For those who do not know, the celebration of July 4th is a celebration of the independence of the United States of America, which was gained through the Revolutionary War, where the American colonists fought against the British Army. And do you know who fought alongside the American colonists? The Native Americans and enslaved black people. Now, imagine this. Imagine the Native Americans who are indigenous to America, who was colonized and had their land stolen, having to fight alongside colonists to help gain their independence or help gain the independence of their own land. It's crazy. Now imagine enslaved black people who were brought from Africa to a land that they're not indigenous from. No disrespect to my black Americans who are Cherokee and believe that they're Native Americans. But from my understanding, my knowledge, we are not indigenous to this land. So imagine us coming to this land, being kidnapped and forced to be here, and having to fight in a war to help colonists who don't even own this land gain their independence within it. And what makes it even more crazy, the fact that over 25,000 enslaved and freed black people fought in this war. Even after this war, we were not given any type of praise. We were still enslaved. We were still lynched, beaten, killed, tarred and feathered, still faced with Jim Crow, still faced with mass incarceration. So what type of independence did black people really gain after the Revolutionary War? None at all. So what are we celebrating? So I know what you're probably thinking. J.A., why are you making these videos on July 4th when July 4th been passed? Which is true. And in all honesty, I was been planning on making a video about July 4th, but I never got around to it. But the reason I bring up the opportunity to speak on July 4th now is because the black community has suffered another major loss. And I'm talking about my brother, Nolan Wells, who tragically lost his life. His body was found in the ocean. They're calling it a drowning. But there's a lot of controversy around this case because a lot of people believe that this is not just an accidental drowning, but more a murder. And the reason that is because there was a leaked audio from the boat of the kids who were on the boat. Apparently the boat was sinking and they needed somebody to come get it. And they had called the lifting company to come get them. And you can hear in the background little chatter. And it appears to me that they were bickering about Nolan's death. From my understanding, I don't want to throw any facts that are not true out there, but what I believe is that the kids on the boat told the officers that Nolan got off the boat and was talking to some girl, and he told his friends to leave him on the island, that they were going to go back. That Nolan told his friends that he was going to go back with the girl, and one of Nolan's best friends, whose name is Javon, my good brother Javon, Javon's we the best. He told the public that doesn't even really sound like Nolan. Nolan would never sit there and tell people or go with strangers and expect them to take them back. So the whole case is very fishy. As I was explaining earlier, there was a voice recording that was leaked. I'm going to play it for you guys right now and tell me what you guys think about it.
We're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Hey, up! Shut the up!
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that audio sounds crazy. I I don't want to touch too much on this topic because I'm not much aware of all the details, so I don't want to speak on it. But I hope that whatever the case was, that Nolan gets the justice that he deserves and the truth comes to light. Now, the reason that I bring this up is because the reason Nolan lost his life that day, regardless if it was a murder or an accidental drowning, Nolan was out there on that boat with a whole bunch of white people celebrating what? July 4th. And the fact that there are black people in 2026 celebrating July 4th, a celebration of the independence of a country that has been oppressing them for centuries, hundreds and hundreds of years. And we're celebrating this holiday. Now, I'm not saying this to chastise Nolan, because regardless of whatever he was celebrating, no life should be taken. But I say this to say, why even celebrate this holiday? What is our point? What is our reason for celebrating? Especially when we now have a federal holiday, which is Juneteenth. That's our day to celebrate, not July 4th. We need to stop. Another reason we should not celebrate July 4th is because we have no reason to celebrate anything consisting of our American government. Because what have they done for us? We fought for this country to gain its independence, and we were never given any praise or any type of reward for our contributions to America. We have created many inventions here in America. Look at Lewis Latimer. What's good, y'all? I just want to clarify something real quick. In this clip, I'm about to say that Lewis Latimer created the light bulb. That is something that is completely not true. But what is true is that Lewis Latimer created a version of the light bulb that lasts way longer than the original prototype that Thomas Edison created. Which goes to show that we black people make everything better. But y'all go ahead with the video. He built the light bulb. There's so many other black inventors who do not get praise. You know, there's so many contributions that we as black Americans made that we do not get the praise for. So there's no reason to celebrate America, especially when the main thing America loves to do is to rewrite history and oppress our people. Now, let me hone in on rewrite history. So I need people to understand that America is not just a country. It is also a business. And what do businesses care most about? Their PR, their public representation. And America has a horrible public representation. America, she doesn't want to talk about the atomic bombs that she dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, killing over 300,000 people. America doesn't want to talk about chattel slavery that killed millions of black Americans through lynchings, through beatings, through tar and feathering, just plain out torture. America does not want to talk about these things. Instead, what she wants to do is rewrite history and make it appear as if America is this great land of the free where everybody has the right to believe in what they want to do and everyone has equal opportunity, when we know that is a damn lie. This July 4th that just passed was a big July 4th for America. It's America's 250th year anniversary of the independence of America. And since this anniversary has come up, they decided to release a movie talking about the Revolutionary War called Young Washington. Now, I didn't really hear much hype about this movie. In order for me to find out about this movie, I had to go into the AMC app. I bought a monthly subscription that gives me like four free movies a week. And I was scrolling through all the movies that was coming. I seen Young Washington. I was like, oh, what is this? And they like to send or put little hidden messages in movies and stuff. So I was like, there's probably something in this movie that America wants to broadcast to the world. So I went and bought a ticket, and I couldn't let these white folks just have a good old time celebrating America's birthday and just watch their forefathers take over this country. I had to make it a little uncomfortable for them. You see me? My man's right here wasn't too happy. I had to make it an uncomfortable experience. I wasn't just gonna have a good old time. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The movie was good for just a regular fictional movie. But as far as historical context, it was shit. As I mentioned earlier, there was over 25,000 enslaved and freed black Americans fighting alongside the war. And I promise you, in this movie, there was probably only like 3 to 4 scenes showcasing black people being represented in the Revolutionary War. 4 scenes. And there was probably only like 3 actors representing slaves out of the 25,000 that fought in this war. How the fuck does that make sense? If you're going to make a movie representing the Revolutionary War, it should be historically correct. There should be way more representation of black people in this movie than it really was. But let me explain to you why it wasn't like that. Because this movie wasn't about giving historical context of the Revolutionary War. What this movie was really about was making George Washington appear as this hero who fought in the Revolutionary War and led his army to gaining its independence. That's what this movie was about. And I'm dead ass serious. Like, they really were trying to make George Washington appear as if he was like some type of superhero. They had him dodging bullets inside the movie as if this nigga's a superhuman.
In Washington, all those bullet holes in your jacket. How are you alive? I don't know.
Nigga, yeah, how the fuck are you alive? Like the fuck? And not only that, there was also another scene. I'm going to play the clip after this, where the Native Americans told George Washington that he was some type of like spiritual like fucking leader or some shit, and they granted him like he's the protector or some shit like that. I forgot exactly what they said.
Telale nanetoke hokotaska chakieta heleneki teke sikwiki.
I ordered my warriors to shoot you, all of them. My men never miss.
Sekamika hachimowe neta totape hopowaka hotowena li neki tebi neki ni tatkiwe hoskakana nika neskowe.
Our people have a legend, a spirit of protection that shields those chosen, those who walk in destiny.
Kila konkosana kila hotowena li.
The Creator chose you. You've been shielded by this spirit.
Do you know how patronizing that is? I really would love to know. Someone needs to tell me. Someone prove me wrong. Did that really happen? Did the Native Americans proclaim young Washington as this fucking protector or leader or some shit? When did this happen in history? And this has to be patronizing for Native Americans to see that, because it's like, you're telling me you're going to claim your colonizers as a protector? Shit is crazy. But I say this to say, like, listen, don't be indoctrinated by this agenda that they're trying to push onto us. George Washington wasn't no fucking superhuman. He wasn't no fucking hero. Like, none of that. And matter of fact, I almost forgot. There was another scene in the movie. I cannot find the clip of it, but I'm gonna read you guys the dialogue that was going on in this movie. You're going to, like, this shit was so patronizing to watching this movie. Like, when I heard this shit, I wanted to bitch slap everybody in that movie theater. Okay, what I'm about to read to you guys is the dialogue between George Washington and Lawrence Washington in the movie Young Washington. Lawrence: every victory you achieve will be picked apart and the credit will be given to your native allies, the British or something other than you. Now, this is George. So what am I supposed to do? Stay here and live quietly just because I was born without status? Do nothing with my life? Almost makes him seem like he's a slave. George: I would rather risk dying unknown than live believing that the world is fixed and that a man can't create his own path. Oh my fucking God. Let me calm down. Lawrence: you can't simply make your way through this system. System? Oh, the system is oppression, Young Washington. Oh my fucking God. George: why not? Lawrence: because that's not how the world works. George: then someone should remake it. Lawrence: George, you can't change these things. You might very well die trying. This nigga George Washington said, somebody needs to remake the system. Nigga, if you were hearing this dialogue, you would think this would be a dialogue between fucking Frederick Douglass and other slaves. They made this movie to make white people appear as though they were once these oppressed people living in a system that was built against them. Do you know how fucking patronizing that sounds? Oh my God. But anyway, I say this to say, I'm not going to make the video too long. Listen, we as black folks should not be celebrating July 4th at all. There should be no reason we should be celebrating it. We have holidays like Juneteenth, which we can celebrate our real freedom. I mean, I wouldn't even say real freedom because I don't even think we're free to this day. But as far as shackles and chains, those were dropped on June 19th. But I do want to say, if you do celebrate July 4th next year, I got some lashes for you. Is it his? Anyways, without further ado, my name's J.A. Floyd, and I'm out. One love.